Hey, what's up, Slunts? Joker here. Today I wanted to bring you guys my first video on the Nvidia GTX 980 Ti, which is sitting right here in my hands, ready to go in my system. I've actually had this thing like unboxed like the last 3 or 4 hours now, but you know what? I've been taking my time to get some nice photos and some nice B-roll footage for you guys to watch here in this video and for the upcoming videos. So I really hope you guys do enjoy that. And otherwise, we're going to be going over the specs on this card, talking a little bit about how it fits in between the 980 and the Titan X. And then following this video, I'm going to have a video going up directly tomorrow, which I'll probably put a link to right here, but it won't be clickable until tomorrow. So if you're watching this day one, the video will be here tomorrow, I promise you. So just keep an eye out for that. And that's where I'm going to do all of my benchmarks and talk about the performance of the single GTX 980 Ti. And I'm going to do some comparisons against my 980s, a single 980. And if I still have my numbers around from my 780, I'll actually dig those up as well and put that in there in case some people are still back on 780s and thinking about making the jump now finally that the 980 Ti has come out to dethrone the 980 as sort of like the flagship card, even though the Titan X came out, and I guess that's kind of technically the flagship card, but, you know, that just came out like about 2 months ago, month and a half, 2 months ago. You know, $1,000, same as the previous Titan X, 12 gigabytes of video memory, absolutely amazing specs, the most, you know, most powerful single GPU on the market to date, but it was $1,000, which is just absolutely ludicrous for a lot of people. And that 12 gigabytes of video memory, really not a necessity for a lot of gamers, I would think. So there is definitely a niche market for the Titan X. It definitely has its place in the market, but I feel like the 980 Ti is going to be the real sweet spot now that it's come out, and the 980 has had a price drop down to $499. That's right, you can pick up 980s now for only $500. You could probably find them used on eBay for around $400. So, you know, if you already got one 980 and you want to get a second one, now is a great time to do it because you can get one at a really, really good price and have two 980s rocking just like I have in my rig right now. Well, at least until a couple hours from now when I pop this bad boy in. But you could have two 980s out there rocking hard, and you'd be kicking ass for quite a while because the 980 is still no slouch when it comes to performance for 1080, 1440, and even some 4K gaming when you do have that SLI configuration set up. Alright, so in case you're not familiar with the specs of the GTX 980 Ti, it does come out of the box with 6 gigabytes of video memory, which previously that was only on the original Titan. That was the first card we saw with 6 gigabytes, and you know, when this card came out and had 6 gigabytes of video memory, that was really, I thought that was really, really awesome. It was something that I was like, great, I'm going to get these and I'll have more than enough video memory for 1440 gaming. But I more so got it for the grunt power because it's got 2816 CUDA cores compared to back on the 980 only had 2048. It does come out of the box clocked at 1000 megahertz with a boost of 1075 and a memory clock of 7 gigahertz, same as the 980, same as the Titan X also. The base clock and boost clock are also identical with the Titan X. Now, obviously, the main differences between the GTX 980 Ti and the Titan X, the big one that's going to stand out to most people, which probably accounts for most of this cost here, is the fact that the Titan X does have 12 gigabytes of video memory, which is just absolutely staggering, while the 980 Ti has its 6 gigabytes of video memory. But the Titan X also has 256 more CUDA cores. It has an additional 16 texture units, but it's also $350 more for only roughly 2% more in performance, based on the initial benchmarks we've seen coming in so far anyway, from reputable websites like Guru 3D and AnandTech, who have reviews up already on the GTX 980 Ti. So this thing is pretty much going neck and neck with the Titan X, and it's $350 less, has less video memory, but for a lot of gamers out there, that 12 gigabytes of video memory is really not going to be necessary for a vast majority of them. So for the $650, this thing is coming in at just a really, really amazing price point for the amount of power that it's able to put out. And I'm really happy just to have one, you know, right at launch. This is the first time I've had a big card like this immediately immediately at launch. I usually get one maybe like 5-6 months down the line, and then something new comes out like the next week, like what happened with my 980s. I got my 980s about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, and now here's the 980 Ti kicking their ass. So I obviously had to get them, had to bring the coverage to you guys. That's why I was such in a rush to get these cards. It's because I wanted to bring the content to you. I wanted to make sure I had videos out, you know, as soon as possible when these cards released, because I know it's important for you guys to get this information and to get it from a reliable source, because this was a, you know, this was a purchase sample. It wasn't a supplied review sample by any company whatsoever. You know, it was, and so you shouldn't expect this card to perform like, you know, abnormally compared to like maybe some of the cards that get sent out to reviewers, because seems to be some consensus that maybe reviewers get like, you know, binned cards like that are going to overclock better and things like that. But no, I can tell you this is a true retail sample. So when I do my overclocks in my next video, or the video after that, whenever we do that, and I get to benchmarking and talking about how much I was able to push on the overclock on this, and once I get an idea of what the ASIC quality is, we'll get to see what this card can do as a true review copy. Not a review copy, I should say, a retail copy coming right off the store shelf from Newegg. So overall, just really, really excited about this card. I was happy to be able to bring this video to you guys today so you can get a quick overview of some of the stats and the specs on this card, although some of you probably already know the details about this card. But I hope you guys enjoyed the B-roll anyway, and hope you enjoyed the video. Please stick a thumb up on it below, and be rest assured tomorrow there's going to be a much longer, more in-depth video where I'm going to be covering the benchmarks, overclocking, all that good stuff. And then following that, I'm going to have the SLI video, the fucking big one. You know it. You know I like the SLI. Of course, I'm not going to buy one 980 Ti. Like what am I going to do with one 980 Ti? Like, what can I do with this? I can't do anything with this. I need two 980 Ti's, obviously. So be sure that you're subscribed so that you can see those videos coming out in the next couple of days. Like I said, my second card is coming tomorrow. New video tomorrow on single card review, and then follow that the SLI review. So if there's anything maybe you want to see me benchmark, or something you want to see me discuss about this card specifically in those upcoming videos, please let me know down in the comments below, and maybe I can get around to covering a few of those things and answering some of your questions, or maybe benchmarking a certain thing that maybe is specific to you that would help you out in making a purchasing decision, you know, down the road. So that's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Please stick a thumb up on it below if you did. Subscribe if you're not already, so you can catch those future 980 Ti videos. And I'll catch you slunts next time. Ta-ra.